Guys, in this video we are going to demo a knee banded hip thrust with an abduction at the top. Now the glute loops that we are using today are the ones that we have a discount for in the program, which are Brett Contraras's glute loops. These come in varying strengths and sizes. So the number 1 is the least strong and number 3 is the strongest. So it depends on how much abduction or how much weight you want at the top whenever you're pushing your hips out as to what band that you would choose. I would recommend that you would start off with the first one at number 1 and work your way up to number 3 as you progress through the program or as you progress through your sets if you want to progressively overload the muscle. So Hayley is going to start here with a number 1 band. She's looped the band, as you can see here, around the tops of her thighs just underneath the knees. You just want to put it wherever it is comfortable, but it should be quite far up towards your knees and not further down towards your hips. She's leaning back here against a small sofa. You can use a bench, a sofa, a couch, whatever. You just want to make sure that it isn't going to move, whatever it is that you're going to use. As you can see here, she has her shoulders against the back of the sofa. You want to make sure that whenever you push up, that it's just at the bottom of your shoulder blades. So you don't want it to be up near your neck. You want it to be, let's have a look here. As you can see here, it's just below her shoulder blades, and whenever she pushes up, she's going to make sure that it does stay under there and stay comfortable. So you don't want to be sliding down so far that it's here at the bottom of your neck, and you don't want to be sitting up so far that it's right down in the center of your back. Make sure it's sitting just below your shoulder blades. Perfect. Okay, so bring your feet into wherever is comfortable, okay? Doesn't matter whether they're closer to your butt or slightly further away, but you do want to make sure that you have a good bend in the knees. Feet can be parallel or toes can be turned slightly out. Again, it just depends on what you find comfortable. I know Hayley likes to turn her toes ever so slightly out, but whatever works for you is totally fine. So you're going to simply sit back against the couch, then you're going to lift your hips off the floor and you're going to thrust up, making sure that you're in the right position. Bring your hips up first. Excellent. And then you're going to lower all the way down. You're going to thrust up and then open your knees at the top. Excellent. Close and then lower back down. Beautiful. Thrust, abduct, close and all the way back down. Now notice how Hayley's upper body does not move. It hinges. You see how she's hinging up from the hips, opening at the top and closing and then lowering. Make sure that you're thrusting up and squeezing the glutes at the top, opening the band and lowering all the way down. How does that feel, Hayley? Yeah, these give a real burn into the glutes. One of the most important things that you need to be doing is thrusting and squeezing the glutes at the top. A lot of people, whenever they do this exercise, do it once more, Hayley, they lift from the hip flexors. You don't want to be lifting from the hip flexors, you want to be squeezing the glutes at the top. The harder you squeeze the glutes, the more they're going to work. Then open the knees, that brings it into the outer glute medius, close the knees and lower all the way back down again. Beautiful. Practice this exercise and practice really squeezing hard into the glutes, and it is a fantastic burn for the booty.